What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing another video on tennis with Tika, where we explore my tennis journey. For those of you guys who don't know, I recently have gotten back into tennis. I've joined a USTA league and I'm working on trying to get back to how I used to play back in like my old days, right? My tennis game has been slacking for a while now, so I've been taking lessons. I've been focusing on what sort of rackets and things like that to get so that I can improve on my tennis and start winning games, feeling more confident, and honestly just being out there and being more physically active. So as part of my tennis journey, I wanted to try different rackets to improve my game, and one of the rackets that I got was originally from tennisexpress.com. This website has tons of different rackets that you can demo, which is really cool because you don't have to spend a lot of money on rackets. You can just simply demo it out. They ship it out to you. You have it for a few days and ship it directly back. So this helps me out trying to kind of get a better feel of what racket works for me. The racket that I'm playing with today and kind of testing out is the Head Boom MP 2024 Mint tennis racket. This racket is the same one that Coco used in the WTA. And you know, that's kind of one of the reasons why I kind of got this racket as well. My original racket is a Solinco, but I wanted something probably like a little bigger headspace, which the head racket has 100 square inches of headspace, and I thought that with a bigger headspace you get a bigger sweet spot, you get a little bit more power behind it. And I soon come to realize after playing with this racket, I'm not a fan at all. So I had to switch out and actually go back to my original racket, which is the Solinco racket. So the racket that I normally play with is the Solinco racket, and this is the 290, which it has a headspace of 98, so it is smaller than the head racket. It also has a little bit of a higher tension, which is 45 to 50 pounds. The balance on it is pretty nice, which is about 4 points, and then the weight is a little bit heavier, which I like as well, because I feel like whenever I'm swinging a racket, the more weight you kind of put behind it, the more power you get and the faster the ball can go, as long as you follow the basic techniques on how to hit the ball. That's the key thing. Now, after talking to my coach about just the different rackets and you know what they all have available and things like that, he is a Solinco retailer, I suppose, and basically he mentioned that Solinco has a similar racket that is brand new, and it pretty much is a updated racket of what I currently was using, and it would be a little bit heavier. So I believe it's called the Solinco 305, which is a heavier racket, but everything else is exactly the same. So I did wanted to kind of test that racket out a little bit and to see if it was too heavy for me, or if I kind of like the feel of how it feels, the ball, all that stuff. And it's kind of difficult to pick out the right racket because a lot of it has to deal with the strings, right? So not only do you have to understand how heavy the racket is, how big is the headspace, how it feels in your hand, how you kind of, either if you're a fast swinger or slow swinger, do you want more control, do you want more power? Like, it's so much that goes into choosing the correct racket that it's so complicated, and you just have to take your time in choosing which racket works for you. That's why I would suggest, if you do have a local tennis club that you go to, go talk to them. I'm pretty sure they can give you demos just to try out. But also remember that whenever you are demoing these rackets, the string type that you use is also a major factor. So just keep that in mind, and keep practicing, keep demoing, and hopefully you'll find a racket that kind of just works for you. So for this tennis lesson, I had two goals in mind. Number one, focusing on consistency, and then number two, developing a single strategy. One thing that was pretty interesting is after this match, I had an hour-long waiting period, and then I actually had my USTA match. So I was really amped on trying to kind of get nice and warmed up, focus on my strokes, being calm, cool, and collected. Don't get frustrated, not slamming the ball real crazy, just mainly focusing on hitting technique and being more accurate with my shots. And that was the main goal of this lesson. I wanted to make sure everything that I learned during this lesson I can actually use in my game. So in the next couple videos, you'll see me going one-on-one against my coach. There's some times where we kind of stop and he gives me some really good pointers on what I should do and how I should angle the ball, hit the ball, depending on where I am on the court, and also depending on where my opponent is on the court as well. I think one of the most difficult parts of tennis is singles, for sure, because you're constantly thinking of where the ball is going to go, what is the best advantage that you have, and how to properly aim the ball so that you can pull your opponent off the court or make them make an error. So I learned a lot during this lesson, and after this video I'm definitely going to upload my results of my tennis match that I had right after. But stay tuned, you'll see me just kind of going back and forth with the coach. And as we all know, coaches are, I don't know, they just win everything. So I did get beat by my coach. The score was like 6-1, which is pretty bad. But the main thing was focusing on those two goals, like I said before, which was consistency and then developing a singles strategy. Alright guys, so that's all that we have for this video today. Thank you all so much for watching. Please make sure you go ahead and click that like button if you do like the content. Make sure you go ahead and also click the subscribe button and the notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a brand new video. Thanks for coming along on my tennis journey. Stay tuned for more tennis videos, and I'll see you guys next time. Deuces!